Hello everyone, it's Jenifer Miller for Jesse James Beads. Today we're going to be working with the first Frost Magical Mystery Bead Box. What you're going to need is you're going to need the Icy Elderberries bead strand and the Cold Snap chain. You're going to need some chain nose pliers. Some bent chain nose pliers is an option. You're also going to need some flush cutters and some round nose pliers or bell making pliers or the 6-step bell making pliers. You're also going to need some 20 gauge wire. I used the Bead German style wire. To get started, we'll go ahead and determine the length of the chain that we want. I've already put together some of the links, but this chain actually has the links with connectors in between. And those connectors in between are open connectors, so you can take your chain nose pliers and open those up a little so that you can separate your chain links to your desired length. Go ahead and take off that link, and then you can just close it back up. And it's a beautiful little finish. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use, I made an extender chain just out of jump rings, and I have a lobster clasp and just some other random size jump rings to use just in case. I also have 1.5 inch length of the 20 gauge German style wire. I'm going to make some head pins and then, or eye pins, and then add my 2 beads and then just use some simple loops to connect each of the components along in a string. There's no jump rings in between. Now I'll go ahead and add my 2 beads and they're gonna come flying off. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and add them again. And we are going to now take the end of the wire. You can either use your chain nose pliers, but I'm just gonna bend them over, the wire over, and then just cut off a length to get back to about 1/4 inch or so, depending on the size of the loop that you want. We're gonna bring in our round nose pliers again and close this up. I like to roll towards me when I'm doing this second link, only because I can see that how the loop is going to connect at the bottom. Then you can also just make some adjustments with your round nose pliers as you see fit. Now what we're going to do is I need my loops to be going exactly the same direction, so I'm just going to bring in that optional bent chain nose pliers. I'm going to open up one of the links and add to the strand. We're going to make one more component together using that 1.5 inch 20 gauge wire, and we're just going to roll away from us, and then it looks like a P, and now we need to just, I need to get it closed up a little bit more, but we're going to have a P. Now we just need to bend that neck so that we have more like a lollipop. We're going to add our 2 beads, bend at the bead, or you can use your chain nose pliers, trim off to leave about 1/4 inch or so of wire. We're going to bring in our round nose pliers to close this off. And I'm going to roll towards me, but I'm going to show you if you're rolling away and I can't see that connection. So I just like to roll towards me when I'm finishing off my component. I need to get my loops going in the same direction. I'm going to go off camera just a little bit here, but I'm just pulling them into the same direction. And then I'm going to add that last component to our strand of components to finish this off. We're going to bring in that strand of, I have that lobster clasp, that I have all of the bead, not the bead caps, that I have the jump rings attached to and the extender. I have some smaller jump rings and a little bit larger, so I have about 4mm and using 5mm jump rings. Now what I need to do is attach everything to those 2 strands. So the chain and the bead strand that we made. And we're just going to close all of that up nice and neatly. so there's no gaps in the jump ring. Then all we need to do is finish this off with one last jump ring, bringing together the other side of our bead strand components that we made and this gorgeous, beautiful cold snap chain. And then we're just going to add that cold snap chain and close this off for a beautiful finish. I love multi-strand bracelets, and this one is no different. So pretty, very easy to make, very simple, and what a beautiful, beautiful gift. And it's also adjustable. You can add as many as you want, or if you don't want to make this an adjustable bracelet, you can just use one closure. I hope this video provides you with some inspiration from the First Frost Magical Mystery Bead Box.